Hi, I'm Bonnie Barker. I'm here with Bonnie Bay Crochet, and I'm going to show you a stitch that was actually requested by someone who emailed me, and it's called the Groovy-ghan stitch. She saw this stitch on Pinterest and wanted to have an instructional video. This is a sample of what the stitch looks like. Very colorful. So let's just go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you how to start the foundation row. I'm doing a smaller sampling here of, I've chained 21 and then I've worked my single crochet in the chain, so I have 20 stitches. The unique thing about this stitch is at the end of the row, instead of chain 2 and turning, I am going to just, I'm going to finish off the stitch. I'm going to clip the yarn. Okay, because what we're going to do, also let me just say something about how much yarn I leave behind. You're going to have some threads on this stitch to hide. Let me show you. On this other sampler, you're going to have some stitches here, I'm sorry, some loose ends to deal with to weave into your work later. They're best weaved in using a tapestry needle. So if you leave a long enough piece so that you can do that, I recommend at least 3 to 4 inches. That will save you a lot of headaches later. Okay, now in order to do this stitch, we're going to go back to the very beginning. We're not going to turn. We're not working on the back side. We're working on the front side. I am going to join my yarn. There are, I guess, numerous ways of doing this, but we stick with what we're comfortable with. With the slip stitch, I'm going to pull my yarn in like so, and I'm going to put the one string over it, pull it tight. Now in the same stitch, working in the back loop only, I am going to single crochet. Now you see there are two loops here. I'm only using the back one. So let's do 5 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, for this row, we're going to go all the way across. Okay. Apologize for the quickness of the stitches. These are just single crochet. I'm assuming you know how to do single crochet if you're looking at the more complicated stitches here. Again, let me do it a little slower so that you can see that it is just the back loop. I'm not using the front loop at all for this particular stitch. Okay, now we get to the end, and I'm going to just finish off here and get my handy dandy scissors, clip, pull it through because we don't want that to unwind. Okay, now I'm going to select another color. Let me use red. Okay, again, this is still the front side facing. Go back to the very beginning again, and we're going to join. I'm going to join this. I'm joining through both loops with this little slip stitch because I think it makes it a little more secure, or at least in my mind it does. Now I'm going to go into that very same stitch again working in back loop only, and I'm going to do 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this is where the stitch it gets a little interesting. I'm going to make a double crochet, but instead of working in this stitch, I'm going to skip this stitch completely, and I'm going to put the next stitch working in the front loop here, the stitch right below it. So I'm going to loop over. I'm going to come down under the row before this, make a double crochet. Again, I'm going to skip the stitch behind it, and then I'm going to work in the back loop only the next 10 stitches. 1, 2, I'll pull some more yarn out, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I'm going to do it again. Again, skipping this stitch completely, and I'm going to put the double crochet working in the front loop of the row below it. Okay, and then again skipping that one, and let's finish off the row. 1, 2, 3. Now if you got a creative mind, which I'm sure you do if you're watching these kind of videos, you can use any multiple you want. You can put, you know, 5 stitches in between these other 2 stitches, you know, whatever you want to do. Okay, now after we finish this color, again I'm gonna cut the string. Careful not to cut yourself. And let's do one more color. Let's go ahead and I'm going to use yellow. I think that would be a lot easier to see than the brown for the video. Okay, we're going to try to add. Okay. Now we started out by, okay, we're still working in the back loop. I single crocheted in 5 stitches. Now I'm going to single crochet in the back loops of 6 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll pull some more yarn. 6. So the last single crochet you're going to work before the double crochet is actually in the top of the double crochet, if you can see that. Now I'm going to, again, go 1 row below. So we're not working in this row any longer. We're going to work in the row just above it. So you see how that comes together here. So we do, like we did the other row, we're going to skip the stitch behind it and continue on for the next 10 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, again, and 10. Did you notice again? It's in the last double crochet we made on the last row. Okay, and then we're going to put, let me show this one more time. Instead of going down to this row, you're just going to go 1 row below and put it in the front loop. Skip the stitch behind it, and now we only have 2. Let's try this again. Get the yarn behind me. There you go. Okay, so you see that taking shape, and do that again and again and again. There's many different colors if you want, and eventually you'll end up with something like this. This can also be crocheted in around. I think it would be very effective, you know, as a bag, as a purse, or maybe an iPad or an iPod cover. It could be very nice, a very good project for your stash that you don't know what to do with, and you know, if the colors go together, give it a shot. Take care. God bless.